Hello and welcome. What is up, bros? It's me, T-Shroom. You turned into the first live crypto news show of the trading day. I'm live weekdays at 9 a.m. Let's go ahead and start off. We've actually got a little bit of breaking news this morning, but today is going to be a special day because I've actually got a little bit of a surprise for you, but we got to eat our salad before we eat our steak. So let's go ahead and check out what is important to the markets this morning. That is going to be the non-farm payrolls for December. So as you can see here on my screen, the actual was 216. The forecast was 150. So this is a beat, but ladies and gentlemen, good news is actually bad news for the market right now, which is unfortunate and maybe a little bit difficult for you to understand. So why is good news bad news? This is good news for the overall American labor market because we've added jobs to the economy, more jobs than was predicted by economists. This is bad news because this now gives the green light to the Fed to say, yeah, we're going to go ahead and push those rate cuts out further into the future. So probably thinking later into the summer or maybe even beyond. But by the time we get to March, guys, I don't think this is going to matter. I think that ultimately this will be a wash. We might see the New York Stock Exchange. We might see, Apple, Amazon, Google be down today. Home Depot, Walmart have a little bit of a tumble today. But I think ultimately, these indexes are due for a correction. The CNBC certainly not ignoring this story here. And U.S. payrolls increased by 216,000 in December. Much better than expected. Well, speaking of which, you may have already seen him on here. Alex O is joining me today. Alex, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing well, Shroom. Thank you so much for having me on, man. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Alex O and I are always going back and forth on the old X, formerly Twitter, just joking around about memes, making predictions. And in this video, we are going to talk a little bit about what could be some 10x projects. We're going to go through CoinMarketCap, look at the top probably 20 coins, and give our up or downs real quick. So it's going to be quick. It's going to be fun. But before we do that, I want to bring you guys a couple of other stories. Might get Alex's take on it, but ultimately, guys, what I want to do is open up the floor for you all to give your ticker, and we will actually look at the projects, TA and fundamentals. So we'll start off with the news, then we'll get to that. First story here, BitMEX founder Arthur Hayes and strategist Peter Schiff, who I care a little bit less about in this regard, warns that a crypto crash might follow Bitcoin ETF approvals. So Arthur Hayes, I read it last night. I kind of skimmed it, to be honest with you. I'll be honest with my bros. I skimmed it. But Arthur Hayes puts out his newsletter yesterday, and it was very, very bullish. He said he's more in the market than he's been in a long time, meaning off the sidelines. But he is positioning himself for a big short after the ETFs get approved. So not going to get into the details too much to that, but if you respect Arthur Hayes as an analyst, then you're rocking with this headline for sure, kind of reading between the lines here, which is basically be very, very careful. Do not be overexposed. Do not be over-leveraged at time of approval / disapproval, whatever is going to be the event there. So be very, very careful. And my strategy ultimately is just a hodl. I'm just going to hodl what I got. I'm not going to try to trade that volatility. I'm going to leave that for the guys who are going to get wrecked, right? I don't. So, what do you think, Alex? Are you going to try to trade the volatility?
I mean, last night we were expecting a little bit of a pump, and as a community, we were just like, "Oh, this is no good, man. Go outside, touch some grass, man. These scam wicks are full out there," and we were just like, "Oh no, I'm not participating in this."
Yep.
So I mean, the pump and dump, I agree. There's probably a pump and dump coming. However, it's definitely risky. So like you said, over leveraged, and I'm just gonna hodl throughout this event and enjoy the fireworks, as they say.
Absolutely. We're going to come out on the other side of it with assets priced higher than they are now. That's my belief. That's my understanding. But between now and the other side, who the heck knows what is going to happen? All right. So I've got one more resource for you, which is how the heck will we know if it's approved or not? People on Twitter, it's kind of become a meme now. People on YouTube, too. I think Tim and I have joked about this. It's kind of become a meme to say the ETF has been approved or disapproved, right? So how can you actually know though? And that's by going to sec.gov/news/press releases. You can get to it just by clicking on the eagle here at the top of the page. This is a safe website. Anything .gov is quote unquote safe. But then you go over to news and it'll be under press releases. It'll probably be here, but you can also go to press releases and it'll be there here in this page right here. And as you can see, there's not been any new updates for January. So we're good to go. There's no approval quite yet, but I will be like a hawk watching this page. And we got a feel-good story for you guys this morning because I'm going to ask Alex a question here, and I want you all to let me know what you think as well. Blank Street Coffee bets on subscription program to win over daily coffee drinkers. Now, this takes place in New York City where people got all kinds of money. There's also a lot of very, very impoverished people as well, but this Blank Street company charges members either $8.99 or $17.99 a week, and they get about 14 cups of coffee per week. So, Alex, the question I've got for you is: would you do this? Would you do this instead of using a Keurig or going to Starbucks and paying per coffee? It's obviously cheaper than $5 to $6 coffees that you would buy every day at Starbucks if you're bougie like that. I personally get the $4 Americano. But would this subscription entice somebody like you?
For me, like the running joke for our community is that the American dollar with the Canadian dollar transfer, this would probably be like $40 a week for us. So, me and Mrs. Otter, my missus, whenever we go shopping, we tend to buy bulk coffee at Costco and try to reduce it for the amount we drink. So it's for me, subscriptions are coming, but I don't think I'd participate in this subscription feature.
Yeah, it's an absolute riot. I don't think I would either if I lived in New York City, where it seems like Blank Street Coffee is. I might consider it, but honestly, I stick to my tried and true Keurig. I'm popping in the little coffee pods that I get on Amazon.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cheap. I think it's like probably less than 20 cents a cup of coffee. So I'm going to stick with that. Well, guys,
and you don't have to go to the store.
Exactly. And I don't have to leave my house. I can just stay here, keep my eyes glued to the charts and to the sec.gov website, which is what I spend my days doing. Let's see. COQ has been called out. Brawls have been called out. Got a couple ones already in the holster. But guys, let us know, what are some tickers you want us to take a look at? Get those in now, because Alex and I are going to go ahead and jump on over to CoinMarketCap here, and we're going to go through some of these coins and see which ones have 10x potential. We're going to go through it quick. It's going to be a lightning round. So let's start up at the top with the king of crypto, which is Bitcoin. What do you think? Do you think that Bitcoin is going to 10x in the bull market?
By 2025, I do not think Bitcoin will 10x.
Oh, wow.
I'm expecting a 4 to 6x maximum.
4 to 6x, absolutely. So,
Yes.
guys, make sure you're tracking that. If you were thinking that you're going to get a 10x from Bitcoin, you're going to be wrong, according to Alex Crypto. Alex O. So make sure that you're tracking that. Ethereum, what do you think about it? Oh, and I agree with you. I don't think that Bitcoin will hit a 10x. What about Ethereum?
Ethereum, I am absolutely super bullish on compared to most other things, and I do think you'll get a 10x out of Ethereum.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, so I think of the really, really big caps like Binance, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. Solana has been in there more recently, so I'm going to leave that one out.
Mm-hmm.
I do think Ethereum is going to see the most upside. It's going to multiply the most. So let's keep moving here. We're obviously not going to be able to make it through the top 200. I think we'll probably stop at the top 10. But so Binance, what do you think about Binance? It's going to do a 10x?
No, I think Binance will drop down, and I don't think Binance will 10x. I think it will actually maybe even be bumped out of the top 10.
Wow. I could see that. I also do not think that Binance will do a 10x. I don't know if I said. I think Ethereum will do more than a 10x. Or just barely a 10x or a little bit more. But I don't think it's going to fall too short of a 10x. I think Ethereum's going to do quite well. The suppressed price on Ethereum right now is kind of hilarious, in my opinion.
I think it's a bargain. Yeah. I'm with you in that boat.
Solana, from where it is now, do you think that it 10x's?
Where it is now, I don't think so. I mean, it's basically like 6x already. I think it's being, it's got the narrative running for it right now, and I do believe that it still has a good potential of maybe doing another maybe 6x from here, 7x, but I don't think 10x is in the cards for Solana.
Wow, I think that one's the most controversial, and I will take the over on that. I do think that Solana does have another 10x in it. Just because I think it's such a hype coin. I think people are so into it, and it's not necessarily folks who are super into crypto and really understand crypto. I think that they've been in crypto for long enough to understand that blockchains have value, and the scarcity of digital assets. But I don't think that they really understand one coin versus the other. I think they just like to go with what their Wall Street buddies tell them, which is obviously Solana and soon to be Ethereum. XRP, do you think XRP has a 10x in it?
Unfortunately, I do think it does, but it is pretty much a stable coin right now.
Interesting. So what do you think the catalyst would be for XRP to hit that 10x?
I think it's just general adoption that's coming its way. It's the narrative, it's the community behind it, and it's the fact that, it hasn't moved. So I think compared to a lot of other things, it's definitely has that potential to move up.
Yeah. There you go. I'm torn.
I'm not big on XRP at all. Like at all. I do not hold any, but I know the army's real, and I know when it moves, right? So it's like
I'm torn. I'm torn on XRP. I have swapped my XRP for a lot of like low cap gems. That's kind of where I use my liquidity to fund my low cap gem bag. And so far, I've been proven right. I've made a lot more gains in the low cap gems than I have in XRP. But we'll see. I also did the same thing with HBAR, and that one I feel a little worse about offloading. But we shall see. I don't think XRP is going to do a 10x. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
I think that's the one where I think I could be wrong on. Cardano, and we'll do two more. Cardano, do you think it 10x's in bull
absolutely
market? There we go. I love
absolutely.
it.
I think it's gonna rip. I'm a big ADA fan.
As am I.
I love ADA.
Gotta love it. It is the people's coin, after all.
It is, man. Yeah, let's go.
AVAX, and then we'll end with AVAX. AVAX kind of seems like the people's coin, but now it's the JP Morgan coin.
It's everybody talking about that chicken coin lately. It's crazy, man. But AVAX, yes, I do believe it will. Just because of the GameFi narrative within this bull run, I think the GameFi narrative is absolutely intense right now. So
it is. All the kind of the gem hunters that I know and respect definitely put the GameFi narrative kind of towards the forefront of where we're going to see the biggest explosive projects in the bull market. So you heard it here first. Now, we made these predictions on the fly. We didn't sit here and meticulously go through these and do any kind of calculations. These are just from the fly. But you guys saw, some of the ones that maybe had a little more controversy and some of the ones that were just unabashedly going to the moon, Ethereum. And so we are very, very excited to have done that for you guys. But don't take it as gospel. Definitely go do your own research on each of these projects. But now, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into our project analysis segment here. I've got Alex O on the show so that we can do this really, really well. We're going to start off with COQ. COQ coming from Darren Does Things. So we'll do that. I already have my thoughts on it from a fundamental standpoint, so it'll be easy for me. Perhaps I'll go ahead and pull up the chart for brawls as well. So, Alex, I'll throw it over to you, and you can kind of tell us what you're seeing on the charts for COQ.
Okay, well, we have I'm pretty sure Crypto Pollo from Billy Goat Tales, then he jumps in. So we have his emoji here for COQ.
Very
but
nice.
we are definitely in a falling wedge here on the COQ. We can get these things off of our charts just to make it a little bit more clean. But I mean, it's a meme coin. And the thing I always say about meme coins is it brings adoption. No matter how ridiculous they are, with adoption comes more people into crypto, and hopefully from COQ they get into some Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some higher cap coins where they're looking for a move. But with COQ right now, looking at it from a technical analysis perspective, you can see that we have fallen down below this line in the sand. This 0. How many zeros? 19-ish area is where I'm looking for it to get above in order to continue up. So simply just want to see it get up here and start putting in a different type of market structure, because right now you are being quite suppressed in the sense that you are making you're typically making lower lows, so you want to see this change direction and start making higher highs. And then if you're looking to grab a bag of this and kind of degen into it, then you can look for something like that. But right now it is looking quite suppressed. I do believe this is AVAX chain. So I mean, as AVAX, AVAX has been cooling off a little bit right now. So as AVAX cools off, don't look for this to move yet. Look for AVAX to move, and then I would look for the COQ coin to continue its way upwards. And that's
absolutely
as much as I can give you with this one.
Yeah, for sure. It doesn't have much, as you can see, doesn't have much history on the charts. It also goes by many names, but we're trying to keep it somewhat PG here on Investing Bros, because we do know that there's some younger kids that like to watch with their mommies and daddies. So hello, welcome to Investing Bros.
Hello.
All right, excellent. On a fundamental side for COQ, there's a decent argument for it. It's a meme coin. It's on the AVAX chain. That's kind of why people are into it. AVAX has been bullish. People are thinking that bullishness is going to degenerate and kind of trickle down to the Coq Inu coin. But as you can see here, the total supply and the max supply are matched, which means it's all out. There's not going to be any dumping by the team, but it is a meme coin, right? They're not trying to claim that there's any real utility to this other than the lulz. So that's going to be our COQ analysis here on the Investing Bros with Alex O. So thank you guys. We're starting it off strong with a meme coin. I believe Balls is a meme coin as well. BAWLS. This is not one that I've looked at all. So we can jump onto that one.
I don't know if I don't know if I even have it here.
No worries. We've got a couple of other real projects to take a look at. We got Algorithm, we got Say, Injective, and Celestia Tia. And that'll probably get us through 9:30. So we'll take a look at that though. But let's see what we got going on here with Balls. Oh, you've gone on to the other one. No, it's fine. Just go ahead and do this one. What you've got queued up is good.
Okay, so Say, if we're gonna jump in over here, is it's had a parabolic move. However, it's I always like to draw momentum lines, so I'll draw like a trend line up like this and just look for it to hold the continuation of the higher high and the higher lows that it's putting in. And right now it's looking like it's cooling off. I was actually looking at this before the stream because the narrative is strong right now. A lot of people have been talking about this coin. So like when I look at it, it's making higher lows. Money flow is pretty thick right now, and it looks like it's continuing upwards, and it has cooled off. So in my opinion right now, like you can see very clearly that it's held this level here as support. So you look for it to continue to hold this, and even on Market Cipher, when looking at it here, you can see it's starting to curl to the upside with the VWAP and pardon me, a trigger wave on the 4 hour. So you look for continuation here, but right now, knowing that it's had such an aggressive move, trading this might not be your best option. And if you are looking to fall, and you are looking to grab some of this, if you do want to have a hodl bag of this, these would be my levels that I would look for a potential wick, because you can clearly see that there is opportunity. I mean, that was a big wick on Bitcoin. So you can look for these levels for it to hold because you got previous highs here and you got market structure here. So if you do end up dwindling down, you can look for maybe a DCA bag down here. However, if it holds this area here, then you look for a change of market structure like we were talking about before. So for me, I would simply just, we can get this out of the way, and I'd look for this high right here to be broken, which is actually quite interesting because typically when you do fall below here, you do get a retest of this neckline here, and it has done so. So you want to see a change of market structure in order for it to continue upwards. And then I would look, if you're looking to trade this is a support level, but overall you want to see it get above here and start making those higher lows, just like with any other coin that has fallen recently.
Yeah, I like it. From a foundation, from a fundamental standpoint, I'd say there's nothing to get like super excited about here with Say, and I do remember doing some analysis on this one before. Their tokenomics are okay, but there's no max supply that's really defined, which that's not my favorite thing to see. But you do see that on Ethereum, for example. You do see that, I believe, on Solana as well. So it's not like projects can't have success if they don't have a max supply. It's just not something that is my favorite. Now, it's interesting that you say, you'd be hesitant to trade it because Say is for trading, right? Say is the first sector, specifically R1, specialized for trading to give exchanges an unfair advantage. So I don't. That's worded strangely, but ultimately, what their thesis is exchanges can take money from you by front running you, and Say is there to eliminate that, to make it to where that can't happen anymore. So that sounds cool. That's very innovative, right? But is that going to be, the next Ethereum? Is that going to be the next layer one that's dominant? I don't know. But for now, it does seem to be. It's had that parabolic move. We'll see how much of that money shakes out and sells when the next shiny thing comes around, or when Caspa decides to wake up. All right, going into Algorand. Algorand, is this one that you've got pretty queued up here, Alex?
Algo. Let's go to Algo. I like Algo.
Okay.
Algo is good. Looking at Algo, we've done a lot of TA on Algo recently because Algo had a massive push and now it's had a massive drop. So for Algorand, it's been really suppressed. We were actually looking at a trade down here the other day, but Algo has absolutely gotten wrecked, actually. So you can see this is that wick from Bitcoin. Like you can see that across the board on many of these alts. However, what we've done here is we've simply pulled our volume from this range here and looked for it to hold as support. This red line is clearly where it has lost support. So we are looking at this 19 cents level to be critical for it to hold, and it hasn't so far. So right now you can see that Algorand has been beaten up, and for me, I would expect it to trade within this range over here to my left. So you can see we have a nice range within here. So we want to see it get back above this 19-cent area. However, you can draw a box simply from here and use that as support. So I will always pull the horizontal over, and then you can look for this as your last chance, or where you look for a reaction on price. So as traders, we like to draw the momentum wave down. Then we like to see if we trickle down here, we want to see the break of that momentum wave and then some sort of bullish divergence on a lower term time frame where we look for the reversal and a move up. But right now, for Algorand, we need to see it get above around this 20-cent psychological 20-cent area because it's really been hammered recently. So for me, a lot of people love Algorand, so there is a big community around it. However, it's been beaten up quite good right now. So as other things pick up, like Bitcoin and stuff like that, these things tend to move with them. So we've had that move initially with Bitcoin and alts, but right now it's pretty suppressed. So I look for it to trade within this range over here, right? So I look for it to trade within here and then to follow any kind of narrative on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin pumps, then you tend to see these follow it on its way up. So
I like it.
That's kind of how I would approach that.
Yeah, so you want to see Algo get a little bit more discounted down to that box of support, or you want to see it get back above 20 cents essentially before you enter a trade.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, do you have a little bag of Algo?
I do not. I initially did have a bag of Algo and I sold it right here. So I got it pretty quick. So
gotcha.
I sold it right here.
So you said that I think you said you love Algo. So what about Algo has curried your favor?
No, I don't. I don't love Algo. For me, I think I was blindsided initially, and then I kind of did my own research, and I was like, okay, like I've kind of taken this stance against the, I believe it's ISO 220.
Yeah,
I've taken I've taken a stance where I'm like, I'm not participating in this, like HBAR and all these, and I've committed to that. Like I'll go and buy more ADA because I'm like decentralized for the people kind of coin. And that's kind of where I'm at with these types of coins. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, we're reaching 9:30 very quickly. I think we'll have time for one more. But before we get there, Alex, you're not here living in a vacuum. You've got your own YouTube channel. You've got your own Twitter. Why don't you tell the good folks where they can find you?
Thank you so much, T-Shroom. I mean, you guys were the first ones to ever do a collab with me, so I'm eternally grateful to you guys. I remember the first time I came on here, it was like I was nervous as heck in living in Australia, but you can find me at Alexo Crypto. I have a YouTube channel. We have a free Discord, a trading community, and we do live every single day, every single Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. So if you want to come and hang out with the Otter Gang, as we call ourselves, we would love to have you.
Absolutely. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, you made the move from Australia. So where are you now? I mean, you told me before the show, but where are you living now?
I'm in Canada. I am Canadian, so I'm in Toronto-ish area. So
I see you up there.
I'm in the Great White North, as they call it, and it's -13 today. So we're staying warm.
Awesome. Is it easier to? Yeah. Is it easy? I'm going to indulge here my geography thoughts. Is it easier to move to Canada as an Australian than the USA?
Yes, because it's Commonwealth. So like we're under the Queen. So like UK, Australia, and Canada, there's all an agreement there. So I was able to do like I did a 2-year visa in England and then a 1-year visa in Australia, and now I'm home. So, and they were all very easy to do. So
for sure,
there's like an agreement there.
That makes sense. Yep. God save the Queen and the King and everybody who's super cool over there in the UK. No, I get it. I think that makes sense. So let's go ahead and do one more. Would you? And I'll let you take your pick. Actually, yeah. Just do you have a coin that you think is a good setup right now? If not, it's okay. Not to put you on the spot. I got a couple other here that have been shouted out.
Yeah, for sure. I got Caspa, and I got because I know you guys love Caspa over here. Yeah. So I looked at Caspa, and I looked at. So with Caspa here, I'll just jump.
Let's run Caspa. We'll probably finish out with this one, guys.
This was a gift, in my opinion. Okay, 10-cent Caspa was a gift, and you got this massive wick down. And if you caught this wick, you're lucky. I'm jealous. Okay, I'm jealous. However, with Caspa, you can see that we are in a consolidation here, and the adoption and the narrative behind Caspa is extreme, in my opinion. Where a lot of people think this is going to be a top 10 potential coin, and I'm kind of joining the cult, right? You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of like in it. I've looked into the research, and I can see right now you're getting this nice support here, and you're getting a beautiful trigger wave on the daily. Now this to me, like a trigger wave on the daily sparks massive moves, and you can see this if you back test this all the way through Bitcoin. Just go and look in the daily, and whenever you get a nice trigger wave here, especially with VWAP coming to the upside and the money flow bouncing off of here and the stochastics coming together, this is just like a tall tale sign of a push. So I did, not financial advice, but I did buy more Caspa down here, and for me, very simply, I'm looking for the breakout here. So I'm looking at this, and right now, as we kind of coil up here like a spring, I will look for the breakout, the retest, and then the pop off. And for Caspa, I'm excited for the project, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're going to do. But going over on the 4-hour here, our key resistance is definitely going to be right around this 1250-ish area. But right now, to me, it looks bullish. It looks like it's curling up. It's consolidating sideways, and we're just waiting for the breakout. So I think, with all this ETF news and stuff like that, Caspa is looking like a potential good long somewhere around here. So you just do your own due diligence. But, if you protect yourself there, I grabbed a whole bag of it down here and looking for a breakout on Caspa. So
very nice.
I'm excited.
Very nice. A couple of channels are saying that you only have to have 10,000 Caspa to be a millionaire in the next bull market. I don't know about that, but I know that having 10,000 Caspa will definitely work in your favor, not financial advice. Caspa is something that sounds like it's in your hodl bag. How much Caspa are you thinking you're going to try to get before we take off?
I've put about 10 grand Canadian into Caspa.
So. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. that's a little more than I have. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. You might be able to buy the city of Montreal by the time when it's all said and done.
I don't want to go there.
That's even more north than Toronto, right? Yeah.
Yes. They're up the St. Lawrence. They're up to the right. Yeah.
Very chilly, very chilly. Well, I noticed that you gave out some Investing Bros memberships, Alexo.
Of course, man. Of course.
What a guy.
Just grateful, man. I'm grateful.
What a guy. We really appreciate you. And I'm glad that you're in North America. There's something comforting about knowing that Alex O is now in North America. Whenever I learn that people down in Australia, I'm like, that's just not, it just doesn't feel safe to live down there. You're so far away from me.
Yes. It's literally like that's one of the biggest drivers is that we were so away from family that we felt like you feel like you're on Mars. Like you feel because it's a 26-hour flight to get back to the east side of North America.
Yeah.
Like it's absolutely ridiculous.
And by your accent, you're not Australian. So where are you from?
I am from Canada. I am from Toronto. So
so you're back home. Excellent.
Yeah,
you probably
I'm
said
home.
that. Skip my memory, but awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for slinging out those memberships, guys. If you are considering becoming a member, today would be a great day because they're going out for free. So make sure that you go ahead and get your membership to the Investing Bros. But Alex O, thank you so much for joining us. Do you have any parting words for people as we head into the bull market? We'll definitely be having you on more frequently, but do you have any parting words for the bros?
Yeah, I mean, for you guys, I mean, you've done so much good work, and it's beautiful to see such good, kind people grow. You know, I'm excited to see you guys prosper in this environment, and you guys are doing the right thing. And I'm proud of you guys, man. Like it's awesome to see you guys in the hard work you're putting in, bringing people so much alpha. You and Tim, so keep pushing, man. And I'm really grateful to be your friend. So thank you for having me, man.
Absolutely. And as always, make sure, guys, that you're staying hydrated, you're using your stop loss, and Army Piper Academy should be going here live at 9:30. Should be about 2 minutes into the show. So go over there and watch Piper do his wizardry with the charts. I'll see you guys over there. Thank you so much, Alex, for joining us. Stay hydrated.
Trying to make paper, turn that better to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots stack bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros. Army pipe, lethal on trade. Entries and exits, worthy of praise. Tim, the professor, the TA. Shout it out loud on the PA. T-Shrooms news, got the word. Doing better than what he deserves. Beamer, leave no evidence. Soon fly coop with his dividend. Trying to make paper, turn that better to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots stack bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros.